they signal that we are approaching a deadlock.
No one really knows what will happen, starting with the government.
The solution is not just to change the system a little bit so that this demand will be met. These demands cannot be met. We have to change the entire system. The first thing to note is the contradictory nature of the demands of the protesters. They want better care for ecology, but typical, their first demand was lower taxes on gasoline, on fuel for cars. They want lower taxes for their income, but they want better health care and so on and so on. So it's a typical populist demand. It's probably an authentic outrage, fury. But literally, quite literally, they don't know what they want. Their demands are literally impossible to meet. Impossible, at least within the existing system. And that's why I think these protests are so important. Because we have in them confrontation of the popular unrest, dissatisfaction with, we can say, many people think this, the existing system at its best. Macron is maybe the best today's establishment can offer. A good banker, technocrat, at the same time with a certain social democratic sensitivity still, and so on and so on. And it's clear that Macron met his limitation. But what can happen? Let's imagine a totally crazy scenario that somehow, through some coalition, a new party or what, protesters basically come to power. Within the existing system, this would have meant probably crisis, economic chaos, and so on and so on. And here, I think, we see what is needed. We have a clash between impossible demands and what the existing system can offer. The solution is not just to change the system a little bit so that this demand will be met. These demands cannot be met. We have to change somehow, gradually, the entire system. Our entire, not only transport, but way of life, so that most of these demands would no longer even be meaningful. You know what I was thinking here? I read somewhere that Henry Ford, who invented mass production of cars, when they asked him, how were you able to offer to the people what they wanted? And he said something intelligent. He said, listen, people, when I started, didn't want a car. If you were to ask ordinary people what do they want, they would have said, we want a stronger horse which eats less or whatever. No, you have to offer them something that they don't even know that it may serve them. This is why these protests, yellow vests, are important, because they signal that we are approaching a deadlock. The system is reaching its limit, and what is needed is neither populism, which works only short term, nor better technocracy, which works within the existing system. We need today creative politicians who would present a new vision, how to radically change things. It's horrible to say, but I think we need an enlightened leadership. I'm not afraid to say this. I don't believe in immediate democracy. Okay, I will go even a step further to provoke people. I don't believe in what is fashionable with many leftists, what they call non-representative direct democracy. My formula is, I'm not kidding, bureaucratic socialism. The society I would like to live in, a society where state bureaucracy or some kind of whatever public bureaucracy somehow organizes basic things in a way which is impenetrable to me. Somehow water comes, electricity comes, there is healthcare and so on. I don't have to know how all this works. I can live in my own niche. I think that this is the future. And we shouldn't be afraid to put this as our motto. Again, efficient bureaucracy and a level of alienation.